Salud, mi gente, your boys coming through once again. And on today's video, we're gonna talk about me. Um, 2 days ago, I got reminded that last week was actually my out date. I was supposed to get out on the 20 something of June of 2025. That was my out date. I picked up more time in prison, stuff like that, so that was my out date. Eventually, I got an opportunity on a early release date, which I took advantage of it. I studied hard to prepare myself so I could be in front of those people and let them know who I was, right? I believe that some of us that have been through this should speak more about this, our experiences, and how we felt at the time, right? Because I don't think I have spoken about the feelings I had when the board said, you know what, you're gonna have a chance of going home early. Look what happened. I got out in October 2021, and now I got a family. We got a business. We're doing all right, better than others, but always thankful that life gave us this opportunity, right? Because if I was to get released today, like none of this stuff would be existent, right? I wouldn't have a family right now. I wouldn't have a business. I would be starting from zero, from nada. So I am thankful for the opportunity that was given to me, and it's a reminder every day that nothing is for granted. You know, when I went to board, I remember being nervous. Yeah, I have prepared myself for the past two years, right? One thing that at least in my case, I always felt like I was never ready enough, right? That maybe I was gonna be they were gonna ask me a specific question that I was gonna fail. And it's one of those things that you wanna cover everything, but at the end of the day, sometimes it's just the most simple things, you know. The one question that I actually struggle a little bit was about tattoos, getting tattoos in prison. And they ask you, hey man, why you get tattoos in prison? Have you got tattoos? Which they had pictures, right? At that time, I didn't know how to answer it. But then I really got to think, why would we get tattoos in prison? What is the main reason we get tattoos in prison? You know? And it's because you still have that mentality. Oh, I want to be tatted. I want to look like the next man. I want to do this. I want to do that. And it's our mindset that attracts us to that lifestyle, to that look, you know, that you want to put up front to the people and stuff like that. Because a regular individual, man, you'll see him over there walking with nothing in his body, pale skin, right? Like your boy right now, getting not getting sun on his arms. But I do appreciate it, man. I appreciate this chance. I appreciate that I have a early start in life again. And the most important thing, I took advantage of it. Not a lot of us who came out of prison took advantage of it. You know, there's other people still going in and out of prison. They think it's cool. It's not cool at all, man. You got individuals out here on the streets after they're done with their sentence, right? They're doing whatever they're doing. They still think it's cool that they should put up front. They should act in a certain way. But it's not. At what point are we going to mature? You know, I have seen individuals right here. They're older, but they still push the narrative of the tough guy. Oh, somebody run up to me. Somebody pushed my buttons today. Somebody hit me up. Somebody was set tripping. And they put this on social media, right? Thinking it's cool. When I see that, that's my opinion, right? I think that's very dumb, bro. Like honestly, like at what point that individual is gonna actually understand that is just for kids. I mean, leave that for the tough guys, for the insecure guys who feel like they wanna. I mean, they wanna talk about something that has to do with violence, with being tested and stuff like that, and actually passing the test. You know, the real test right here on the streets is actually working, bettering yourself. I see individuals 30, 40 years old who don't got nothing on their name, who think that being with the business is cool, who think that dressing all cholo, all tumbado, and talking all cholo is cool, man. When in reality, it's not, man. It's not. Once people realize what it is important in their lives, which I can say that a lot of you guys can relate to me, for those who have families, you know what I'm talking about. The rest of it, just leave that for the bottom feeders. You know, that's what they get happy with. They content with that stuff, with that life. You know, a life of nothing. The one thing that I'll tell you is that it took me forever to actually understand it. You know, I was part of that knucklehead everything. I decided to do my own thing, right? Still knucklehead, but I was doing my own thing because if I was gonna get in trouble, it was gonna be because of me, right? And it eventually it came that one day when I was like, whoa, hold on, I need to change something, right? And once I started going that way, I started seeing everything from the outside. You know, now I was no longer part of it, right? I see it from the outside, and the way that a lot of people conducted themselves, that way they spoke on things, and they thought it was cool. Like it was the time that I actually realized that, damn, there's a bunch of immature individuals, right? Everybody wants to be a tough guy in this planet. Everybody, man. But when people get tested and then your time is to go to prison, trust me, that's when everything changes. You know, prison is not for everybody, and I would not recommend to go to prison, bro. So change the way that you are, because I learned something very important in my life, and that was to appreciate my freedom. That's something that a lot of people get for granted, and thank God that I'm moving forward one step at a time, but I'm still moving forward. I'm not stuck. I'm not going backwards. But that's the goal, to move forward. Not everybody's gonna not everybody's gonna do the same thing, right? Not everybody's gonna their progression is not gonna be at the same level. You know, some people move more faster, other people move slower and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, the goal is to go ahead. You know what I mean? Be ahead of everybody, and actually get to say, look what I made. Look what my kids are gonna have. You know. So it hit me, man. I was like, damn. This past week was actually my out date. You know, and finally, we're here enjoying life. We open a channel to talk to you guys, and I'm not gonna say I'm perfect. I'm not, perfection. That's something I don't chase. You know, I don't chase perfection. This is who I am. That's it. You know, I try to become a better person as time goes by. But perfection, I will never chase that. You know what I mean? Nobody can reach that. If you are concentrated on perfection, you're gonna spend your whole life chasing that, you know. But one thing I'll tell you is that I'm appreciative of life, of the opportunities that life had gave me, that you guys have gave me, and we just right here, you know. Haters, they're gonna come. It's all good, man. It's part of life, you know. If everybody was on the same level, all this would be boring, you know. So you have to have your haters, your lovers, and the ones who just don't care, you know. So with this being said, just stay true to yourself, man, and leave all that craziness behind you, man. That's it. Simple as that, man. So we are out to next video. Muchas gracias. Saludos.